Welcome to Kathryn Raaker's World. Innovation, culture, adventure, fashion and health, artists, destinations, traditions. This is Kathryn Raaker's World.
Hi, this is Kathryn Raaker of Kathryn Raaker's World, and I belong to a wonderful organization called Air Power Foundation. And one of our members, or one of the people that I love so much, actually called me about these two wonderful people, and that is Matt and Dr. Jean Tuggey. And Matt and Jean, you've been married how long?
37 years.
35 years?
37.
35 good years, right?
Right.
Yes.
So you've been with him. Your father was in the military, Jean, am I correct?
Yes, he
And
was in World War II as well as his mother and my aunt.
wow.
In World War II, my dad went to Normandy, climbed the hills of Normandy and fought over there. And just for him doing that and all the folks that were over there in World War II, I'm just...
Her dad was 18 at the time too.
Yeah,
So
he joined when he was 17.
Wow.
And doing anything like that at 17, but they all
did back then.
yeah.
well, Jean's dad. Let me expand on that a little bit, because Jean's dad was, like I said, joined at 17, and back then, it was almost required if you were physically able. That's what you did, and. But his job was to go, he landed on the beaches of Normandy. His assignment was to go pick up arms from the enemy who were deceased. So here's a guy, 18 years old, walking around all these dead soldiers, Americans and Germans. And it's just, it's an incredible story. But, that's what they did. That's what they did. And right out of high school, here's this kid, 18 years old, doing this. So,
Were both your parents in the military, Matt?
yes, my dad was in the Korean and Vietnam War. He was a helicopter pilot, but he served for 30 years. So I've always lived on a military base and been around soldiers all my life. So that's kind of our foundation of what.
Why we eventually got into Smile for Vets program was his background with the military.
You were in the military or not?
Actually, it's a strange story, because I had my two brothers served in the military. I was about to sign up. My dad talked me, he wanted me to finish college. I was 2 years through college. He wanted me to finish. He was all fired up about me joining, but said, come back to Dallas Fort Worth, let's finish college, then you can sign up. And of course, I went to Dallas Fort Worth and met her, and 37 years later.
I screwed him up on the military.
But I think that's one reason why we've gotten involved with the Smile for Vets program is we do feel like we have an obligation to do something. At 60-something years old, the military will not take us, but this is kind of our way of giving back to these folks who have put themselves between us and the enemy. That's
pretty cool, actually. I think that you started a wonderful charity called Start of Smile for Veterans program, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us why you started it and how you started it, actually, Jean.
Okay. Well, we were eating out 7 years ago at Torchy's Tacos. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that place, but they have excellent tacos. I'll give them a little plug. And we were just looking around. There was a gentleman there cleaning up, bussing the tables and basically helping out wherever he could. And of course, I always zero in on their teeth. How are their teeth doing? How do they look? How they smile? And I could tell he really could use some help. He definitely was in need of dental care. So I said to Matt, we need to somehow, without being, how would I put it?
Too forward.
Yeah, too forward or pushy or whatever, let him know that he could come to my office to get dental care because I thought he needed it so badly. So then we kind of got him over to the table and he started talking to us. And we found out he was a veteran of Marine of Vietnam.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So then he was telling us about that. And then we found out his son was deployed in Afghanistan, and he's a Marine also. So we're thinking, oh, this is perfect. We've got to get him in. So we just gave him my card and said, if you want dental care, we'll take care of everything for you. My office is close by. Please call us. And sure enough, he did. So we actually saw him and fixed him up with, I believe he needed dentures and some extractions, but he was so happy and felt so blessed that we had done that. And it made me feel so good that I could help him out in some, little bit of dentistry would help him when he did so much for me as a Marine.
Let me ask, go ahead, Matt, go ahead.
Well, it was kind of an awkward, it is awkward to walk up to someone and say, hey, you need help with your teeth. And so you have to kind of tiptoe around that. But like Jean said, after being in the business 40 plus years, she tends to focus on people's teeth.
Yeah.
And this guy needed help, and he didn't have the money to do what we could do for him, what she could do for him. And this is something that we just, this started the ball rolling. We thought about, how we could help some of these veterans. And one thing, I sent you a link to some pictures of from Rick Irving, who is a member of the council, an Army veteran. And he takes pictures of all these military events and throughout the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But the link I sent you is important because it's pictures of these homeless veterans, and each of them have a story. And they, obviously, if they're homeless, they lost their self-esteem and they need some kind of help. And this is kind of our way of extending a hand. And a lot of times these people will not call us back. We'll give them a card, say, please call us, and you never hear from them again. But in this case, this guy did call, showed up in our office, and we took care of him. And he was just the look on his face was amazing. And so that's how we got started. And since then, we've seen quite a few veterans. One guy we're seeing right now, I'll let Jean tell him about, who's a special person. He's also a member of the council.
Yeah.
But right.
We're seeing Michael Jernigan now. He's a vet. He was blinded by IED explosion in Afghanistan and got basically, I think 45% of his skull was fractured and blown away, and he's blinded, and he's been through multiple surgeries. Anyway, he's a great guy. We'd love to meet him. But he's come in, and we've been able to do clear correct type treatment for him for braces, because he always wanted braces. We did all his fillings he needed, cleaning, whatever he needs done, I'm going to do it. And we do this for his wife too, and they're both wonderful people. But we met him through Air Power,
right,
at the Skyball.
Well, Michael's another one of these guys. I think he was injured. I think he was 22 years old. Again, imagine this kid in Afghanistan injured and honestly lucky to survive this. But he, great guy, great attitude, and his wife is so supporting of what he's up to. He's actually the president of the Blind Veterans Association and does a lot of work in DC. But so we jokingly went up to him again, kind of awkwardly, and said, "Hey, Michael, we can help you." We said, we can't help you with your eyesight, but we can make darn sure you're going to have the best looking teeth around. So that's what, and again, Jean's, after 40 years, she's mastered the techniques needed to, do these things for these people. I've watched her do it. It's amazing stuff. And it's really, at this point in her life, it's artistry. She's able to do some of these techniques that are incredible, that really build self-esteem, especially for a guy like Michael, who is in public and speaking to people. And so it's all about a self-esteem thing.
Yeah,
so
I agree. We need to build their self-esteem back up, and at least dentally, I know I can help them out with that. So.
Right. This is one area that, well, first of all, Kathryn, as we get older, we start to think, how can we give back? And one thing Jean and I have talked about is that her expertise is dentistry. She knows everything there is to know about it. And this is something that's unique to her, that she can deliver to folks who really need it. And we picked veterans. It's we love kids too, but working with kids in the dental chair sometimes can be stressful. And after 40 years, Jean will send the kids off to the pediatric dentist. But the veterans, again, they're so appreciative.
Yeah.
And that's how we set the seal up. So 7 years later, we've seen quite a few. Michael is our latest person we've been working with, and we've got a few more that we're also working with. But it's an amazing thing. It's amazing to see how well how much they appreciate the work that Jean can do.
Yes.
So who runs the nonprofit while you're still working, Jean? Are you doing it, Matt, or are you doing it together, or what?
Well, the nonprofit it's within the practice. It's a large practice. It's 30 people. It's 5 dentists. And so we have, and I'm on the financial, I'm not a dentist. I'm on the financial side, marketing, janitor, plumber, whatever. And so I manage that. We go to different military organizations and recruit candidates for this, and one of them is the Air Power Council. That's how we met Michael. So
We need to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Would you give your website out, because I really want people to be able to contact you, because they really, you do feel so different when you get your teeth like mine. See?
you have nice, great looking teeth.
Yeah.
So the website is
Dr. Jim Butler, the smile artist out of Columbus.
All right.
He does. That looks like the smile artist there. Yeah.
So
our website is dfwdentist.com, and we do have within the website. Obviously, this is the website for the whole practice, but we have a link that does take you to the Smile for Vets program. Again, this is a program for veterans who can't otherwise afford cosmetic procedures. So we have a lot of friends, an American Airlines pilot who's a veteran, and I tell him, Bruce, this is not for you. so we're trying to target people
right.
that really.
On that note, I have to take a short break. Okay. We'll take a short break, and I'll be right back with Matt and Dr. Jean Tuggey. We'll be right back. We are back with Dr. Jean Tuggey and her husband, Michael Tuggey. And he's the financial end of what she does. And they have a wonderful nonprofit that we've been talking about, Start of a Smile for Vets program. And you know, I'll tell you what, when you can smile, I can tell you this. I think I was talking to Matt about a week ago. I can't remember, one night ago or whatever. And I told him the story of what I went through when I went overseas. And I had broken my jaw. I had a national health dentist basically didn't restructure. He ruined my mouth, and I had to come back and have American Dentist, which I love, that really completely renovated my whole mouth because I had TMJ. I had so many things wrong with it. So I really appreciate our dentist so much, especially you, Jean. I haven't been in your chair before, but I'm one of those kids that used to sit and hold her chair so tight and almost want to die, you know, didn't want to go to the dentist at all. So
okay, I would treat you like a queen.
So anyhow, you know, it's important for people to have the confidence that you give them. And when you can smile and you can feel good about that smile, that makes your life change. So have you've seen a difference in these people you've helped. Tell us a little bit about what's changed since for some of these people. Do you keep in contact with them afterwards or what?
Some of them we do. I do a couple different organizations, so I'm familiar with some of the people and what's gone on. One lady has since gotten a job. She hadn't had a job for years because her smile looked, she was embarrassed about how she looked and had no confidence at all. And we basically rebuilt her smile. We did fillings, root canals, crowns, bridges, and now her smile looks like yours. She looks pretty good. So she told us that she has since gotten a job and she's very happy about that. And she wouldn't have had the confidence to even go apply for one. This was before COVID. But that made me feel really good because she had been trying so hard, but you can't go in and be covering your mouth and hiding your teeth, you know, when you go for a job interview. So that gave her the confidence just to go in, smile at them, introduce herself, fill out a job application. So that made me feel ecstatic.
You know what? What's it like, Matt, to be married to a dentist?
I'm probably one of her worst patients, to be honest with you.
Yes.
But I'm, you know, all I can say is I'm really proud of what she's accomplished. She started in dentistry. Well, I'll tell you a little story. One of the schools, the dental schools that interviewed her, one of the interviewers mentioned that she may be taking a man's spot in the dental school. This is back in the early 80s, okay? So Jean basically, in so many words without saying it, said, you know, hold my beer and watch this. She came into Dallas-Fort Worth area and there are very few female dentists. And she just, I'll tell you, the foundation of our business is the hard work that she's put in. And, you know, again, it goes back to what, you know, at our age, what can we do to turn the road around and start helping people? And that's, you know, this is what she's an expert at, and that's what we're doing. One thing I do want to mention, I want to bring up two names real quick if I can. On the veteran front, I have two dear friends. We have two dear friends, Phil Morgan and Bill McCulley, who are we've known for over 40 years, went to high school with. These two guys at 18 years old joined the military and spent a lifetime. Phil was a Marine, Bill was U.S. Army, and Bill's wife is Sheila, and Bill's wife is Lyndall, and I consider them veterans too, because they've stuck it out with their husbands. They've been the gatekeepers of the family while these guys are deployed. and overseas and serving our country. And these guys, again, are people that motivate us to do what we're doing. But we're real close to these guys right now. We get together every so often, and just to sit down with these guys and listen to their stories is just incredible. So again, Jean has this skill, this gift, and it's something that she can help people with, and we're just really pleased that that's the way it's worked out.
Well, it's amazing how many people, I've been part of the council now for about 7 years, and living in Cincinnati, I'm the outsider, looking in, but actually we were with the military. My husband was in the Air Force, and actually we served. After he served, he actually went to work for General Electric, and for 41 years we were with the military. We traveled everywhere with the military. Wow. Because he was in the jet engine division, and so that was our life for 41 years. And so we were in Turkey, Spain, England, and Singapore. We're Singapore with the Singaporean army or military. So I'm very, very close to the military in so many different ways, and have so many friends. And actually, one of my really good friends, retired General Bill Guy, brought me into the council. And it's my favorite charity on this earth to give to other charities.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference. And what you're doing, Jean, is unreal, both of you, because you're giving somebody a new life, a new existence, a way to get a job. There's so many different things that you're helping them with, especially if they've lost a lot of teeth and they need implants or whatever it is, dentures, whatever. It really makes a difference when they can do this. Right. They can do that. And they feel really good about themselves, right?
They really do. They really do. It makes such a difference.
How do you have fundraisers at all with your charity, or what do you do to raise money?
Well, this is all. We are the fundraiser.
Yeah. We just donate the time and money.
Yeah, we donate the time and money. Now we do employ 4 other dentists, so Jean won't necessarily do the work, but one of our employees will. And but no, there's no fundraising. It's just something that we feel like we need to take care of, and that's how we do it. Now we do some fundraising through the Fort Worth Air Power Council, but that's not really related to dentistry. For example, Ann Pottinger.
Yes, very well.
We are raising money right now. General Pottinger, her husband, is the chairman of the Freedom Mobility Foundation. Mm-hmm. And they put together these fundraisers for injured veterans. And right now, we're in the process of fundraising for a veteran who is paralyzed. He got into an accident. He lives in Colorado, and we're almost ready to fully fund one of these iBot chairs, which is a kind of a...
I know, I did a whole show on it, and I met Dean Kamen, who actually, my brother, when the iBot first came out, my brother's paralyzed. He was shot when he was 10, and he wanted my brother to actually he's an occupational therapist, my brother, and very well known, and he wanted him to support it. And back then, Johnson & Johnson was actually sponsoring the iBot program, and now Toyota is. So my brother kind of turned him down because it was the beginning of it, right? He said, no, I don't know, But anyhow, no, Dean is awesome. I love him. And I met Eddie Beasley at the the last Skyball. Right. And I got to meet Dean, and I had actually been working with his foundation, other foundations, or things that he does, a robotics program for kids and for the Lego program. So I knew him that way, but I had never met him. And the deal was, and I have to share this because You know who Sid Epps is, of course, right? You know who
Yes,
Sid
oh,
is.
yeah, yeah.
I said to Sid, listen, if you want me to bring more members and you want me to do this and you want me to do that, here's the deal. I need to meet Dean Kamen. And he just started laughing. And so he said, oh, sure, sure. But Eddie Beasley's the one that got me to meet Dean. And he hugged me. He was so sweet. He's such a giving guy. So doing an iBot for somebody is out of this world, definitely.
Yes, and like I said, we got it. You know, that's the project at the moment. We're hoping to deliver this chair to his name is Eric, and he's in the Denver area. We hope to deliver it by January. So what has happened is Jean's gone to a lot of her dentist friends and say, hey, you know, Annie up, we need some money to raise for this soldier. He's an Army sergeant. And so that's one of the projects away from Smile for Vets that we're working on. So we do fundraise for that, but for the Smile for Vet program, it's all internal. We're putting up all the supplies, and of course the dentists are all employees, and Jean is obviously one of them. She's working on Michael Jernigan and doing all the orthodontics for him. So that's how we make that work.
I want to thank you so much for what you do and your mission. Where can people go to get more information about your program, if you don't mind?
Well, they can go to our website, dfwdentist.com. DFW as in Dallas Fort Worth. Or you can Google Jean Tuggey, TUGGEYDDS. And there's only one of those in the world. So
Okay. Look at that.
Worry about.
That's really funny. That is really funny, actually.
Yeah, there's not many Tuggeys around. So if you find her on the internet, you found the right one for sure.
Right.
But
Wow.
yeah, we're always looking for candidates to come through the program. We take them one at a time, but they are more than welcome to contact us, and we will definitely do an evaluation and see if we can fix them up.
All right, so all they have to do is go to the website and then contact you?
Yeah, there is a contact form on the website, or they can give us a call too. They can call us and tell us that they're interested in the Smile for Vets program, and they will get them connected with one of us.
Do you want to give your phone number as well?
It's 817.
What was that again?
817-428-8700. 8700.
I want to thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a lot of fun. And I'm not shy about dentists anymore, and I love going to my dentist now.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Kathryn. We appreciate it.
Thank you so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Every week we have a show, and it's called Kathryn Raaker's World. And don't forget to go to our radio show, letsjusttalkradio.com, where this show is going to be on the radio as well as TV. Okay? Thank you so very much. Bye.